Grievous hits it in the air to center. We will see you tomorrow night.
Matteau swoops in to intercept. Matteau behind the net. Swings it in front. He's down! Matteau! 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 Stefan Matteau! And the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby! Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Welcome to episode number 7 of the Agents of Field podcast. I am your host, Ryan Lessman. We are really excited for today's episode. We got a awesome Star Wars themed collaboration today with the Babu's Frickin' Podcast crew. Let's introduce you to our guests. Returning, we have Brian and Jim. I think this is Brian's 5th episode, Jim's 4th episode. Brian and Jim, how we doing?
I took like 2 weeks off, man. I'm happy to be back.
And Jim, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Feels really lucky that I don't have an NBA playoff game to work tonight. So I'm glad I'm here.
And as you can see, we are joined by a new guest of the show, Mr. Robert Klauser. Robert, how you doing?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, happy to have you. Robert, share with the listeners and the viewers some of your favorite sports teams, some of your favorite players.
Okay, sports, I don't have any favorite teams because I don't want to get too stressed out, rooting for anybody. So I just enjoy the games because, they ain't paying me to freaking win. So I'll let them handle it. So I just enjoy watching, mainly basketball and football.
Yeah, one time I got backed into a corner where I was the one supporting Tom Brady over Bill Belichick, and Robert had me back. So I appreciate that, Robert.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right, and Robert, did you have other things you wanted to mention you're a fan of?
Well, it's, MCU, Star Wars, stuff like that. I've been, from day one, like the MCU stuff, and since I was a kid, Star Wars. Since Empire Strikes Back, it's been my first entry into the, Star Wars. So from there on,
yeah,
a long time now.
That's awesome. We're all, we're on the Nerd Life Network, so we're all self-proclaimed nerds. We all love this stuff. So, Robert, we're extremely happy to have you. And I didn't mention this before, but may the 4th be with you all. I mean, it's a special day, and we're going to get right into the news so we can get into the draft coverage and then the Star Wars fantasy draft. So we're going to start with the NFL. The NFL announced today that there's going to be more international games as they've done in the last couple of years. We have 3 games in London this year. The first game will be between the Vikings and the Saints. That'll be taking place on October 2nd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Second game will be Giants and Packers on October 9th, also at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Then at Wembley Stadium will be the Jaguars and the Broncos. And then we move over to Germany, where we'll have the Bucks and the Seahawks on November 13th. And in Mexico City, the last international game will be the 49ers and the Cardinals on November 21st. Brian, start with you. What do you think about these international games? What do you think about the locations, the teams playing?
Where's the game in Germany? Is it Bayern Munich's stadium?
At the Allianz Arena. Yeah, Bayern Munich.
So, I mean, I didn't know the German. I think I heard about the Germany game. I don't know. I get to go over and play Jacksonville and kick the crap out of them on other. I feel bad for London fans. They got to put up with Kirk Cousins and Jameis Winston in one game, and it's not great. But it's cool. The Mexico City game has never actually officially happened. Maybe it happened once, but there was that other time where it was Chiefs and Rams, and it got moved because they couldn't practice on the field. The field was in shambles. So I'll believe it when I see it, but it's cool if we're trying to get everybody else involved.
Yeah. Robert, what do you think about the NFL taking some games international? You a fan of it? Not so much?
It's cool. I just don't think people care that much overseas as much as we do. So whatever.
It's just cool that we get a 9 a.m. kickoff on that random Sunday. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, the West Coast fans get those early games to begin with, but us on the East Coast and then Central Time don't get too many really early games. Jim, thoughts on these? Anything?
I don't mind them. I think maybe I don't know 10 years ago. I might be too far going back, but I remember there was discussion about putting a team in London. Like, could it work? And I remember a lot of those I'm gonna rephrase that. A lot of those discussions, the team was mentioned. That was the Jaguars.
Right.
Now, I think that's logistically impossible with NFL scheduling, and if you have to play, on the West Coast, all that. So I think this is the NFL trying to make up for that and still trying to grow the game in Europe. And it wouldn't surprise me if it leads to some sort of revamp or reintroduction of the old NFL Europe League.
Oh, that would be certainly interesting. I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I mean, every league. I mean, we've seen it in baseball. They're trying this home run derby X. They're trying to grow the game internationally. So whatever they could do to grow it. I mean, like Robert said, I don't think there's that much of an appeal for it, but we'll see what happens with the NFL's international games. Hopefully, I mean, I'm just happy that there's some games being played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Go Hotspurs. Yeah. So moving right along, we're going to give some updates on the previous 2 episodes we did where we talked about the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs. We'll start in the NBA. We are in the second round right now. We've got 4 series. The 1 seed Miami Heat and the 4 seed Philadelphia 76ers are currently played 1 game. Miami leads 1-0. Not unexpected. In the other series, Boston and Milwaukee tied at 1 after 2 games. Start with the Eastern matchups. Jim, starting with you, what do you think of these Eastern matchups?
I like them. I think a lot of people are, I guess, somewhat surprised about Milwaukee-Boston being 1-1, especially considering how the games have gone. I'm almost certain they were both not blowouts, but they were pretty handily won by either team for both games. The Heat and Sixers, that could be a tipping point. If the Sixers win a game, then it's a series. If they don't, I think it's over. I know, like, that's pretty coach speak and all that, but I think with the talent of Philly, all they need is one to maybe get them going. But Miami defensively is really good. I mean, they held Trae Young pretty much in check for half of their series.
I can't stand Sixers fans. I think Sixers fans are the most delusional fan base on the planet. And because Embiid they were going to lose to Miami anyway. And now that Embiid got hurt, they have this built-in excuse where we have to listen to it all over again. If Embiid was healthy, it would have been better. Like, we would have won. No, you wouldn't have. Like, Miami was going to beat you anyway. Sixers fans are delusional. Thank you.
Robert, you on that same wavelength?
Yeah. Well, they had a better chance with Embiid, but no, Miami is going to beat them the whole time. Like, the way they play, zone defense on Philly. Like, James Harden isn't as good as he used to be in Houston, so he's not blowing by anybody. So they like to play half court offense. They don't push the ball. He's too like long in the tooth to be trying to blow past people anymore. So they got him locked down.
Doc Rivers is like halfway to LA now. Like, he's gonna go coach the Lakers anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I think D'Antoni's headed to Philly. Everybody from Houston's now in Philly, and
yeah. The series I liked in the East, though, not that one, but the Boston-Milwaukee one is the intriguing one to me because, like, Boston showed you what they can do if they just stop trying to double Giannis. Like, just play your man, and guard him straight up. He's not going to make all his shots. He's great. Don't get me wrong. He's like the best player in the league right now, but his perimeter shooting still not the best. So you just live or die with him taking the outside shots or taking mid-range shots. And guard your man, because that's what he did last time. He had he had a triple-double the first game, and all those assists led to how many threes? He had 21 points alone in 3-point shots. So I think this is a good matchup. I think this is the one I want to watch in the East. This is more fun one. The Sixers and Heat, yeah, Sixers might win one game even if they had Embiid, but I don't think they're beating Miami.
Heat currently have 13 late in the third quarter.
There you go.
Yeah, so looks like we'll be getting possibly the Heat in the next round. We'll see what happens in that Milwaukee-Boston series. Rob's interested, so We'll have to see. We're going on to the West. We're going to talk about Phoenix and Dallas, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed, and Memphis versus Golden State. Jim, we'll let you start. You're working the Memphis games. Tell us about this team.
It's incredible the resolve they have, especially with the Timberwolves series. That went a lot longer than I thought. Went 6 games, but I think it was game 3 or game 4. It was in Minnesota. They came back from 23 points. Last night, Ja Morant scores the last 15 points against a really tough Golden State team. I mean, we all know what Clay and Steph can do. You give them 3 inches, you might as well just go ahead and put 3 points on the board right there. But I think with what Ja Morant did last night, they needed that game, in my opinion. Me personally, I would like to go back and work game 5, but they needed that game. And I think some people might be not questioning Taylor Jenkins, but like wondering, like, what is some of his matchups have been. But I think, it's a complete miraculous run what they've been on. And I really think this is going 7 because of how just dangerous they can be. But yeah, like I said, Ja Morant, last 15 points with a single eye, by the way. He couldn't almost see. So that's how I see the series going. I still think the Grizzlies win, or at least I hope.
All right. That's fair. Rob, you have any thoughts on that series or Phoenix Dallas?
Phoenix Dallas is a wash. I think Phoenix is toying with Dallas. I mean, yeah, Luka is great, but they don't have enough firepower to compete with Phoenix. So I think that's going to be an easy one. They might win 1 game, but like Jim was saying, I think 7 games from Memphis and Golden State. And I give Golden State the slight edge, Jim, because like Clay and Steph had a bad shooting night. So, they had to rely on Ja 14 points in the 4th quarter alone. So, I mean, they could win, and I think they're the most complete team, but they're young. They don't have the experience like Golden State does. Like they're not gonna let you come back if they're up by double digits. I mean, yeah, they go on runs and stuff, but like last night was just a bad shooting night for Clay and Steph. I mean, he had a couple points at the end, but all in all, their 3 balls weren't dropping like normal. So,
and they still only lost by 5. Like, I'm picking Golden State in 6.
Okay.
I think Golden State will win 3 and 4 at home. Grizzlies will be able to win game 5 on their home court, but then it'll go back to Golden State and it'll be over. I think Golden State's going to win the championship. I think we're getting Curry back into prime Curry. He'll finally win an NBA Finals MVP, which he should have done in 2017. But still, I'm also a Steph Curry fan, so no apologies there. I just don't think Phoenix is going to remain healthy enough. Luka's fun, to Robert's point, but Phoenix is toying with him. Phoenix is much better than Dallas, but I do not think they're better than Golden State. I think Miami actually is going to win the East. I didn't get a chance to talk about this on the show, but I am going Golden State over Miami in the final.
Okay, that's if you did not listen to our NBA playoff preview, go ahead and listen to that, but I'll give you a spoiler alert. That's who the panel had as their final as well. Yeah. Robert, do you agree with that, or do you think we're getting something else?
Man, I can't count Giannis out, but that sounds like a good one. But I think it might be Phoenix and Bucks again. My personal opinion.
Do you think Phoenix? If it's those two, I really think Phoenix would be able to pull it out this time.
Yeah. As long as Devin Booker doesn't trouble a hero ball again. So maybe we'll see.
So yeah, like you said, we'll have to wait and see. These series will, keep going on. They'll be over soon, and we'll get to the conference finals. Just a little update in the NHL. Playoffs started. A couple teams are up 1-0 in their series. The Colorado Avalanche, Jim and Brian's team, destroyed the Nashville Predators last night 7-2. The St. Louis Blues won on Monday 4-0 versus the Minnesota Wild. And my New York Rangers lost a heartbreaking triple overtime game last night. to the Penguins 4-3. Quickly,
he only had what, like 79 saves or something?
79 saves, the second most saves in a single game in playoff history, only behind a guy who did it 2 years ago who had 85 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning.
This is why you should just enjoy the games and not get too invested in the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I was thinking about that. Like, it's obviously you root for your team in the regular season, but when you get to the playoffs, like I've enjoyed the playoffs the last couple of years so much. The Rangers haven't been in it. Just I've been able to enjoy it and watch it. Now the Rangers are in it, and it's the most stressful thing ever. Like I aged like 70 years last night.
Jalen just pouring salt on the wound, man. Like, and she has no like. Jalen, what town are the Penguins from? Like, I really want to know if you know, because I just think she's rooting for them because they're the Penguins.
Yeah, Jalen is a huge Penguin fan, not the team, the animal. So,
just score 5 goals in the first period, man. Makes life so much easier. We're gonna win 16 games and only lose 1. No, I'm just kidding, but we're gonna win.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with the rest of this series. We got a lot of game 2s going on tonight, and like I said, we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to talk about one more thing before we get into the NFL draft and then our Star Wars draft. So recently a report surfaced that the Diego Maradona Hand of God jersey that he wore during the 1986 World Cup sold for, let's see the price, I think it was $9.82 million. Or 9.28, excuse me. That's just insane. I mean, for a jersey that you're going to frame and hang up on the wall, like you're not going to wear that jersey. That's insanity to me. I think it's the most a soccer jersey has ever gone for. All of us here are collectors. Would any of you ever pay that kind of money for anything like that? Robert, starting with you, would you ever pay any?
I don't feel bad about my stuff now. 9.28 million now. No.
Yeah, so I mean, Jim, you see your Funko collection behind you. If there
that's nothing compared to some of y'all I know. Like it's chump change. 9. Wow. 9 plus. I'm sure there's something out there that I just can't think of off the top of my head. That I'm like, yeah, I'll take that.
Hank Aaron's jersey that he hit 715 in, you would pay $9.28 million for that jersey.
I would find a way. I would find a way to get that money and get that jersey out of Cooperstown. I'm sure I would have to Ocean's 11 it, but still, I'd find a way.
There's something out there for Jim. Like, I mean, it depends. We don't know who bought it. Like, if it's like friggin' like Jeff Bezos, like 9.28 means absolutely nothing to him. So, like, obviously, this person has a lot of disposable income. I don't like spending other people's money, but I know what I would do if I had that kind of money. I don't think Diego Maradona would be it, but
yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine that kind of money. It's not even for some of these athletes, like it's nothing, but
he was snorting things like in that jersey during that game. Like,
how much residue is still there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is reckless speculation on my end, but like, what are we doing here?
Yep.
Don't wear it near a dog. He'll probably start barking at you for no reason.
All right. So we're going to go right ahead and move on to our NFL draft review. We're going to do a very high level overview. We're going to talk about pretty much just round 1 here. I will be posting the round 1 graphic in just a moment. But overall thoughts on the draft. Jim, start with you. Big college football guy. Tell us what your thoughts are.
I think it was a good draft overall. If I just want to make sure dude from Minnesota isn't still talking while I'm talking.
you brought it up, Ed Marinero.
Yeah.
The worst.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it was a good draft. The one thing that I noticed is, at least according to Pro Football Focus, I think only 5 teams had a C+ or at a C+ or lower. So for the most part, it seems like a lot of teams got done what they need, got done what they wanted, got the players they wanted, got the holes roster spots filled that they wanted. So I really think that this actually might be a pretty successful draft class overall for the NFL. I mean, obviously, time will tell if that pans out. But right now on paper, like a lot of teams got players they needed.
Yeah. Brian or Robert, any overall thoughts before we get into it a little bit?
No, I'm a huge college football fan. Like, as a Broncos fan, I'm super happy we got Bonito, who was a defensive end out of Oklahoma, and his new nickname is Casa Bonito because Casa Bonita is not a fictional restaurant from the South Park show. It is a true, real restaurant in Denver.
Do they have new owners yet?
They do. South. Oh, the Broncos or Casa Bonita?
No, Casa Bonita.
Yes. The dudes from South Park bought Casa Bonita. That is
Trey and Matt bought it. That's fantastic.
Yes. The Broncos don't have owners, but Casa Bonita does.
All right. So we'll talk about number 1 overall, Trayvon Walker going to the Jags. Jim, I know you weren't sure on last week's episode who you thought was going number 1. Are you shocked at this?
I mean, I wouldn't say shocked. I was just like, listen, there were so many possible options that could have gone. I mean, in my opinion, the first 5 could have been picked. I know Walker kind of came on late with some of his combine, I guess, pro day workout stuff. But I mean, sure, fine. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. It's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, he should have gone, number 8 or number 10. I'm like, no, like I get it. I get drafting him in that spot.
Yeah. Robert or Brian, any thoughts on any of the top 5? Let's just roll through the top 5.
Go ahead, Robert.
I think Sauce Gardner and Stingley, that might have been a swap. I don't know why the Texans picked Stingley, who only had one good season in 2019. So that to me was like the only thing that stood out. Maybe, and Thibodeau will probably be good for the Giants. I don't know about Trayvon Walker. They probably just drafted him off of his size and whatnot. Like, he doesn't have that much stats in college football, to me anyway. So that's pretty much it.
He's coming off of one of the best defenses like we've ever seen. Yeah. So that's part of it. But yeah, like
that wasn't just him alone though. So.
No, absolutely not. No, I completely agree. I would have gone Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, I think he's the best player on the board. Aiden Hutchinson, really good too. Like, those guys can both get to the quarterback quickly. So I mean, if it were me, like, it's Jacksonville, man. What did you expect? Like,
yeah, they weren't drafting another quarterback. There wasn't even a quarterback to draft until 20. Number 2, Lions went Aiden Hutchinson, took a hometown kid. He's from Michigan, and then at 20, the Steelers went with the Pittsburgh product, Kenny Pickett, first quarterback off the board in the draft. Anyone have any scouting reports, thoughts on Kenny Pickett, what he's gonna do to replace Big Ben out in Pittsburgh?
I think he'll do the job. Will he have a lengthy career as him? I mean, who's to say? But I saw Pittsburgh's offense as when they played Tennessee this year, and they were legit. I mean, I totally get Pittsburgh taking him in that spot and him being the first quarterback off the board. I know, like, when I said on the show, I was really high on Malik Willis, and I think Tennessee really got a solid player in him, because apparently the Tannehill situation right now might not be great.
Well, yeah, they're paying Tannehill like $29 million next year, right?
Yeah, like it's not quite Matt Ryan level cap hit, but it's getting there.
It's gross for Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a dicey situation in that press conference. I mean, how do you say as the number 1 quarterback for a franchise that you're not going to mentor the kid? Like, I get your goal is to win, but like you throw a pass properly and you're mentoring the kid. Like, you show him how to be a pro.
Dude, no. Like, Aaron Rodgers said he's not going to do it. Brett Favre said he's not going to. People have done this forever. Like, John Elway said he wasn't going to do it. Like, this is a fairly normal thing. Like, Ryan Tannehill, especially because he's not that good, like, he knows he has a target on his back. He's seeing it as a quarterback competition. Like, that doesn't bum me out at all. Like, especially for a kid from Liberty. Like, I understand Malik Willis is good, but nobody really knows anything about Malik Willis until 2 months ago, because Mel Kiper told us about him. So, like, I can see what Tannehill's doing. Like, I get it. Like, Tannehill is getting paid a bunch of money. He's taken him to the 1 seed last year. He took him to the AFC Championship the year before. He thinks he's earned this spot, and now they're going and drafting another guy. Like, I know exactly what Tannehill's doing. Do I think he's any good? Absolutely, I do not. But the simple fact is, Tannehill thinks he's good, and that's all that matters to him.
At the very least, he could have worded it differently. At the very least.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's not a good look, but people have done it before.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's my thought too. Is he just could have worded it different? All right, Jim, we're gonna let you talk at number 8 about the Falcons. Drake London. What are your thoughts on him?
My exact response was, "All right." I mean, it's such a bigger situation than just one. We just need this one piece and we're back. Like, no, like I said earlier, the cap hit for Matt Ryan was $40 million. And we're in New Orleans Saints level of cap hell like they were a few years ago. I mean, first off, if Calvin Ridley doesn't want to spend $1,500, we don't make that pick there. In my opinion,
that's true.
Second of all, we needed some help on the defensive line to help Grady Jarrett, do something, because he's obviously got the talent there. Get the two edge rushers in Malone from Western Kentucky and Ibikiti from I believe was Penn State. That should help. I think a bit of a steal we got was Desmond Ritter from Cincinnati. I saw a few other games last year, and I think he's legit. And the flip side to the Tennessee thing is we have Marcus Mariota as our quarterback. He's signed a 2-year deal, but he's already said publicly, sure, I'll help the kid come along. I mean, because Mariota knows what his job is for at least 2 years. Help us win as many games as possible, and sounds like to help Ritter get ready for the NFL. So right now, I mean, I think we had a pretty solid draft, all things considered.
Okay, that's fair. So we're going to talk about the 2 trades that went down, major trades involving wide receivers in the NFL. We had the Ravens trading Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals for a first-round pick, and the Titans trading A.J. Brown to the Eagles for a first-round pick. The Titans one, both of them shocked me, but A.J. Brown getting traded was way more of a shock to me. Robert, what are your thoughts on these 2 players finding new homes?
I just think that there wasn't enough money to keep AJ Brown. So, look at Jamar Chase. You get a receiver on a rookie deal on the cheap, and you still be successful. So, you got to pay Tannehill and that's just it. Like I think more and more in today's league, you can get more talented wide receivers out of the draft. So there's no need to spend all that money keeping a receiver. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good receivers. And I think that, going to a system especially for Marquise Brown, going to the Cardinals. I mean, Kyler Murray is a really good quarterback. I think that's going to help him tremendously. He goes from Lamar to Kyler. I think that's going to be great. And AJ Brown, I mean, is Jalen Hurts better than Ryan Tannehill? Probably. So that's going to help AJ Brown. I mean, he's younger, but I mean,
I'm not so sure about that.
You can make an argument in garbage time. Hurts was a better fantasy quarterback.
I do. I'm not a Tannehill fan, as you know, but I don't know about that one.
I mean, he's younger and he's got, way more.
He's got more upside.
He's got upside. Yeah. So that's the way I'm looking at it, is that if he can, if AJ Brown can bring out some of Jalen Hurts' potential, I mean, the Eagles could be looking at a halfway decent season at least.
Hollywood Brown needs to catch the ball, but it seems like Arizona knew this DeAndre Hopkins 6-game suspension was coming. Like, that's why they made this move. But Hollywood Brown needed to catch the ball. He was like 6th in the league in drops last year. He drops the ball a lot. But it's all about the DeAndre Hopkins thing. Like, that's Arizona had to do it because they knew that was coming.
Yeah, and they lost Christian Kirk, so they really were thin at receiver. I mean, maybe they'll get Larry Fitz to come out of retirement and play a couple games.
I mean, I trust his hands more than anyone at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's all we got for news today. We are going to move on to our Star Wars fantasy draft. Our panel will be growing ever so slightly here. We are adding a couple of more friends. We have a 7 guest panel today. We are now joined by Sarah, Mark, and Anthony. Anthony, you've been on the show. Nobody cares about you. We're interested to hear what Sarah and Mark have to say. But Anthony, welcome back. How you doing?
What's up, man? Why am I all the way at the bottom? What's going on here?
I'm gonna
This
drag
is
things around.
disrespect.
I'm gonna put us in draft order. So Ryan's gonna go to the bottom.
Yeah, so we did previously. We're doing our Star Wars draft. We made a draft order randomized earlier today. But let's introduce Sarah. Sarah, welcome to our show. Oh, Sarah, we can't.
Hang on.
Hear
Sarah, you're on mute.
You'd think I would learn after 2 years in a pandemic and Zoom calls. Sorry.
It's just because you're over at Ryan's age.
Yeah. Yes. I'm doing well. I'm super excited to be here. It's my first time on the show, so looking forward to it.
Awesome.
And I've got a giveaway also.
Yes, you do. We're going to mention that after we do intros. But let's say hi to Mark, and then we'll come back to you for your fandoms. Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the Agents of Field podcast.
Lady and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me on the field. Very excited to draft some Star Wars tonight. And may the 4th be with you all.
Absolutely. We're so excited to have everyone here. Sarah, going back to you, why don't you tell the listeners very briefly, what teams you're a fan of, players, and what your biggest nerd fandoms are?
My biggest sports fandom, I think, is the Spurs, just because they're my hometown team, San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I'm also a Steph Curry fan. What else? Oh, I want the Yankees. Sorry, Ryan.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
okay.
It was my
That's
grandpa's team, so I inherited him.
That's totally fine. Yankees are cool in my book.
U.S. women's national team.
Oh, yes, also.
Yeah, can't forget that one.
No.
All right, Mark, tell us about your sports fandoms real quick, and we're going to get started.
Yeah, so non-native Pennsylvanian, so all of my fanships lie squarely in the New York metropolitan area. Giants, Yankees, let's go Rangers. And I forgot my paper bag for my Knicks fandom to cover my shameful.
Mark, I'd be more team of Brooklyn than the Knicks, though.
Yeah, but I've thought about jumping ship to Brooklyn, but it just wouldn't be right. I've suffered for so long with the Knicks. What's another decade or two?
Stay with them.
Mark, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Trae Young?
Indifferent. Let's just say indifferent.
Mark, I don't know how I've known you for almost a year now, and I did not know you were a New York sports fan. That is incredible. Another one of us. I'm so happy to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you. So I usually get a lot of flack, especially for the New York Yankees, but much like Sarah said, I inherited it from my grandfather and from my father. Being a Yankees fan or being a Bostonian and a Red Sox fan is usually passed from one generation to the next. So I had no choice in the matter.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Being a New York sports fan is not a bad thing, although there have been some dark years.
It sounds horrible.
I mean, Yankees have won 27. Giants have won a lot recently. I mean, Knicks and Rangers aren't that good right now. I mean, Rangers are good, but whatever. All right. So, Sarah, I want you to tell the listeners about our giveaway we have going on. We're going to put the graphic up here on the screen and tell them what we're going to do.
I've got some. Ooh, nice job. Yes. So I've got, as you can see, 5 special edition Star Wars comics to give away. They are the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm variant covers by Christopher Sprouse. The whole package together is about $70 fair market value, but I'm giving it away tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Dibs.
made his
Mark's about to bail so he can qualify for the Oh, something came up.
Yeah, I was gonna hang, but you know what? I'm gonna go jump into the comments so that I can win that dibs.
Yeah, so we'll be giving that away tonight. Make sure that you are active in the comments, share this with your friends, get more people involved so that your friends and family have a chance to win this too. It's a really awesome prize. Sarah is extremely generous. Sarah from the Nerd Emporium and Nerdy Girls After Dark. So we are extremely excited for that. All right, so we're going to go around the group here. We're going to talk Star Wars. We're not going to do our draft quite yet. Everyone, if you can just very briefly tell us your favorite project and why Star Wars is so special to you. We'll start in the top left with Mark. Go right ahead.
Yeah, it's just like my earliest sensory memories come from sitting on the carpet watching Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope. It was the defining thing in my childhood. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and between that and Indiana Jones, Star Wars owned me from go. The minute I saw that crawl and that Star Destroyer across my screen, I was hooked. And when Darth Vader walked into the Tantive 4 for the first time, it was tantalizing. And I haven't stopped since. I'm going to surprise a lot of you. I mean, quite obviously, I am a man of a certain age, so the original trilogy always has my heart. But I'm a sucker for Solo, a Star Wars story, as Brian will tell you. And I wax poetic about Solo quite often on Babu's Frickin' podcast. So I'm a weird one when it comes to that movie.
All right. Everyone has their own thing they love. No judgment here. Brian, what about you? Tell us about your Star Wars fandom.
My favorite Star Wars film is The Last Jedi. That is not true. I just wanted to see Sarah's face.
Okay. Why are you trying to poke there?
I like The Last Jedi, much to Anthony's chagrin as well. No, Empire Strikes Back. Like that's the best Star Wars out there. I will say that I really, really, really like Revenge of the Sith, and the more I watch it, especially with Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out, the more I really like Revenge of the Sith. I love The Mandalorian. I love Grogu. I love him so much. I love it all, man, except for The Rise of Skywalker. I just don't love that.
You were my brother, Anakin.
All right, Anthony, you're up next.
I like the one with Zachary Quinto and Chris Pine. I think it was no, I think Revenge of the Sith, I think might be one of my favorites. The earliest memory I have of actually going to the theater to see it. I'm a big Rogue One fan as well. Just to be able to sit back and kind of get lost in that world is pretty cool. So trying to get my son into it, but it's a little difficult. It's not Bluey, so he doesn't care too much.
Yeah, he's a little young.
We do a Bluey draft. Oh, I want to do a Bluey draft.
I know one character, and I don't even know if it's a real character. Bluey. Is he an actual character, or is that just the name of the show?
He's a she.
You animal.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oops. Robert, tell us about your Star Wars fandom.
I'm in the same boat as Mark. I grew up in the 80s, so Empire is my favorite. But I'll put Rogue One as a close second. Like that's hands down one of the better ones. Yeah,
it's very high.
Sorry, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Sarah, tell us about yours.
I think my favorite is probably The Force Awakens, just because of all the excitement that was going on when that was getting ready to come out. And it was the only one of the trilogy that wasn't like a little bit disappointing, I think, to me anyway. I have been watching Rebels and Clone Wars because my nephews are wanting me to get into it, and it's pretty good. Yeah.
It's better than pretty good. It's so friggin' good.
Yeah, well, I'm only in season 1 still, so.
Which one?
There.
Rebels?
Season 1 of Rebels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah.
She has no idea.
I can't remember the one on well, they're all on Disney Plus. Never mind.
We'll talk.
All right, Jim, tell us about your fandom.
So I feel very out of place. I started getting into Star Wars later on in life. I didn't really watch it as a kid necessarily because I went to sports games, and all that. That's why I'm on a sports podcast. But as I've gotten older,
Throwing shade at all of us.
Yeah, I left the house and got some sunlight.
that was completely unintentional. But as I got older,
girlfriend at 10.
that is false. That is all the way false. But as I got older, the first thing that really was like, oh, this is cool, was honestly Duel of the Fates. I thought that piece of music was incredibly important and incredibly fantastic. Once like I said, started getting into it more, I'm like, okay, yeah, everything I heard about Empire was absolutely correct. And I'd say currently my favorite film is Rogue One, just because of how different it is. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times, I said the line and still say the line, I am one with the Force is with me. I just think that's incredibly well written line. And, I hope that I can compete with you guys right now, because I'm about to straight up be the New York Jets.
Well, similar to Jim, I got into Star Wars definitely later in life. I only probably watched them all for the first time consciously, like that I wasn't 7 years old and not knowing what the hell was going on, maybe 5 years ago.
I'm honestly surprised you've seen all of them.
That's right. I was about to say the same thing. Top Gun, man.
Considering you weren't even old enough to see him until like 3 years ago.
That's absolutely incorrect. So, but yeah, I really enjoy them. I'm trying to get through Clone Wars and Rebels right now. I think I'm on, well, not Rebels yet, but I'm on Clone Wars. I think just started season 2. But my favorite project is going to be surprising, probably because I'm a newer fan. Phantom Menace. I really like, and this is going to be the most polarizing statement I probably will ever make to any of you.
Brian's face.
I am a big Jar Jar Binks fan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great night.
Oh, no.
This was fun.
I just think he's so goofy and stupid, and he's comic relief. I love comic relief. That's literally my role in any group I've ever been in, is just to make people laugh. So I like Jar Jar Binks. Cancel me for it.
Famously a Sith Lord.
Well, then you know what? There's some episodes in Clone Wars I think you're really going to enjoy them.
And those are the worst ones.
So, all right. So we're going to get into our draft here. I'm going to lay out the rules here real quick so everyone in the comments and listening to this on podcast form can follow along. We're going to draft one character into each of the 4 major sports. One Star Wars character into a football position, a hockey, baseball, basketball, and then everyone gets one wild card. This could be any of the sports that were previously said, could be a different sport. It could be something that's debated if it's even a sport. We're going to go in.
Wait, I have a few ground rule questions. Baby Anakin, or like 11-year-old Anakin, Jedi Anakin, Darth Vader. All 3 different characters, correct?
I agree with that.
I would say so.
I would say so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so snake draft order. Mark will start. We'll go across to Anthony, then Robert, Sarah, Jim, then me last. On the reverse side, I will start. Then it'll be Jim, Sarah. You know the drill. Once a character's picked, they cannot be taken again. So to start us off in the Agents of Field, May the 4th, Star Wars Fantasy Draft. Mark, annual draft. Oh, you can take in any order. You don't have to start with any sport. If Mark starts with baseball, Brian could take hockey. Anthony could take whatever. Okay. You can go in any order, and we're not strict to that. Mark, start us off. Who are you drafting?
Yeah, the first pick, sometimes everyone thinks it's a blessing. In this case, it's a curse. This was not an easy decision because I had all these characters at my disposal. But I'm going to start with baseball, and I'm going to take who I really believe would be a number 1 in multiple sports, and that's because I think he's talented, I think he's athletic, but I think he's a thinking man. And the only way that we can start this draft is by saying hello there to Obi-Wan Kenobi, the number 1 pick, and he's going to be on my baseball team. I like his build, I like his speed, I like the fact that if he's going to go mano a mano against the pitcher, he's a master duelist, and I think the guy's going to come prepared. I think he delivers in the clutch. The Galaxy would have turned a very different way if he didn't clutch that on Mustafar. He has the high ground, gentlemen and lady, and he is my number 1 pick.
Okay, so Mark already went into it. So I would say Ewan McGregor off the board. Alec Guinness still available. Should we just go by actor? Maybe that's the best way to do this.
Yeah, I guess just reference which actor you are playing or picking to play
I'm
that
taking, I am definitely taking Ewan McGregor. Young General Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right. Brian, 2nd overall pick, any sport.
I'm going hockey. I am going goaltender. And I am taking Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, man.
Nobody's getting a puck through that 5-hole, baby.
There is no 5-hole.
Exactly.
I legitimately think that probably every single one of us, and based on the reactions, I'm assuming had Jabba the Hutt playing goalie for a hockey team.
Actually, I had Jabba on my defensive line.
Haloti Nada style.
Or offensive line, which is on the line in general.
I didn't just because I knew Brian was already going to take him. Yeah, because he told me he was going to. After I told him I was going to.
All right, Anthony, 3rd overall pick.
I am
going for my pick. You're taking credit for my pick.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I have proof. I think.
I don't know. I already told Sarah what I was thinking.
I am going MLB. My catcher, Max Rebo. Look, he's got good hands. He's playing those instruments all day long. He's up there. He can frame some pitches if he needs to. He's used to sitting in the same spot for a long time.
That's the best reason.
He's always in the right place at the right time. You know, he's not getting blown up in Boba Fett because he wasn't there that day. So he's not going to be in any collisions at home plate. No brainer. Max Rebo, 1st round.
Makes so much sense.
I am so excited. We're only 3 characters in the 30.
Dear
I hope the 3 of you that understand what we're doing are having a blast.
Robert, you're up next. 4th overall pick. Go ahead.
I guess I'll go basketball since Brian took my hockey pick, and I don't know nothing about no damn hockey. So I'll go basketball, and I'll pick Anakin because like the best players are cold-blooded and they're assassins, they're killers. So, Sith Anakin be my top pick for basketball.
Like back half of episode 3, Anakin.
Yeah, yep.
That adds another Anakin. Love it.
There's 12 Anakins on the board.
Like an episode of Loki or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness up in this joint.
Spoilers. Speaking of which, we're getting that tomorrow. Let's go.
Holler.
Sarah, you are up with the number 5 pick. Go right ahead.
I'm gonna get my QB situated. I am going to go with, just because it seems like he has good hand-eye coordination. He knows where the ball needs to go. I'm going to go with Cobb Vanth.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good pick. Good answer. Good answer.
He's got like Manning brother vibes anyway. So
he's a lot more handsome than the rest of that family.
Cooper Manning, right? Okay, that's what I thought.
Cobb Manning.
Cobb Manning.
Jim, number 6. Who are you going with?
Every team needs or has someone who can just get under your skin, someone that no one likes. Everyone needs a Sean Avery, a Grayson Allen, a Tiki Barber, a Kyle Busch, if you want to go NASCAR.
Don't do it.
My wild card, Jar Jar Binks.
There goes all 5 of Ryan's picks.
What sport is he playing?
It doesn't matter.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
He's a
really
utility player.
Yeah, it's gonna take till we get to like 35 overall before we got the Jar Jar.
I told you, I'm the Jets. I'm Kevin Costner in draft day, baby. Like I got nothing right now.
If Jim didn't just take him, I was taking him next, so he wasn't making it to 35. So, all All right.
I'm still laughing at Max Rebo, the catcher.
I had to one up my the Green Monster in left field from Monsters Inc.
Well, since I only have literally one other option to go with for basketball now that Jar Jar Binks is off the board, I'm taking Wicket W. Warwick the Ewok as the mascot for the Memphis Grizzlies.
So is that basketball or is that a wild card?
That's basketball.
He's the mascot.
I hope you know in Memphis we like to put people through tables wrestling style, so hope he's prepared for that.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Chances are he built the table.
He wouldn't have to wear a costume.
It's a snake draft, man. You're up again.
Yeah, I'm just filling in the bracket. All right, so next up, I'm gonna go. All right, I am going to go with my wild card. I am going to take Admiral Akbar as a soccer coach, just so we could hear him. It's a trap! It's a trap!
Why aren't you playing any of your players? Why are they all coaches and mascots?
Because
he's gonna draft an announcer in the next round.
Maybe.
It's a trap.
That's awesome.
Jim, you're back on the board. Or back up, on the clock.
For basketball, my center, Black Chrysanthemum.
Nice. That's a great choice.
Okay.
I mean, he's right there. I mean, you got to throw some elbows. You got to throw some elbows whenever Draymond Green comes into town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just laughing how Ryan spelled chrysanthemum.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Sarah, you're up on the clock.
I'm gonna go baseball. I'm going to just because he reminds me of Randy Johnson anyway, I'm gonna recruit Qui-Gon as pitcher.
I like that.
Okay.
Would he kill a bird?
Would he kill a
Okay,
That's awesome.
I like that.
It's good. It's a good pick. I like that.
Thank you.
Robert, you're on the clock.
Does have a Randy Johnson quality.
He really does.
I mean, I guess I'll go football, and I guess midichlorians and stuff ain't like a PED issue, right? So, I mean, a Jedi could freaking be a kicker, a quarterback. You could play wildcat. You could play defensive back. So, I picked any random Jedi. Plo Koon. for football.
That's a good random one.
I like that. Yep.
I don't know how to freaking spell that name.
At this point, I just want to pick people that I know Ryan can't spell.
That's not a difficult task to begin with, and let alone you making up names like
Luminaria Ungoli is coming up right now. Then
Anthony, you're on the clock with the second.
All right,
pick.
I'm gonna go NFL. I'm gonna go offensive line with Jack Porkins. He is gonna put his body on the line on every single play, even if it kills him.
So thank you for using Porkins' official first name.
Oh my god.
Ryan's like, why did I even do this?
I don't. All right, Brian, you're on the clock. Just please give me a character I've heard of.
Basketball. General Grievous.
Bingo.
He's tall. He's lanky. He can do a lot.
General Kenobi.
I thought about him for hockey. You can't stop 4 sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, Jabba can, but
Brian's stealing everything, man.
So position, where are you putting him?
He's Kevin Durant. He's my 3.
Okay.
He's everywhere, and all at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
That was fantastic, by the way.
Excellent.
Hurt.
Very good.
Mark, you are on the clock for 2 picks.
All right. Let's go to football. He's big. He's strong. He's loyal. He's got longevity. The only downside, he's probably going to get a lot of flags because he's going to be ripping a lot of arms off when he gets mad. I'm going with Chewbacca on the football field.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's got the strength. and the tenacity to be a literal beast on the football field. So that's my first pick. Chewy is on my football team. Then I'm going to go to hockey, and he's not nursing it when he's on the ice. Have you seen his dead-on accuracy? And that's IG-11.
Mm-hmm.
IG-11 can shoot the lights out, literally. The only thing is, under pressure, sometimes he will blow up in a really tough spot. He self-destructs.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So, yeah, Brian, you're up, but just wanted to tell everyone, keep commenting. We're going to hopefully give that away at the end of the night. But, share this with your friends, share this with your family, share this with anybody who can get on, and we will give away some cool Star Wars variant cover comic books at the end of the night. So, Brian, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to do it. Sarah and I talked about it before. Sarah knows where I'm going to go. I'm going young Anakin Skywalker from The Phantom Menace, and he is my NASCAR driver.
Okay. I like it. So 2 different versions of Anakin are off the board. And Anthony, you are on the clock.
Okay. I'm going to go NHL. I'm going to go with Scad.
Oh.
Have you seen those spins? Nobody's stopping him. And for everyone who clearly has no idea who I'm talking about the cyborg cosplayer from the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh my god.
He's the
who
worst.
spins for
Get
absolutely no reason. You're not stopping him.
Get out.
He's going 200 feet and he's taking it to the net.
Somebody
And
get rid of this guy.
it's so funny how
he's making Cam Neely jealous, and only
you can tell who took this serious and who did not. So, sorry to my wife who's upstairs right now watching this live. Comment so I can win those comic books though.
Yeah.
The ring lock looks good though.
Oh, thanks.
That spin,
yeah.
that spin in the Book of Boba Fett made me want to just throw myself off of the bridge. It was the worst.
He pulled an Oscar Isaac and he said to himself, he's like, I'm going to throw us off a cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Robert, let's end this conversation. Please tell us who your pick is in this round.
All right. Hockey, I don't know nothing about, so I'm going to pick a Jawa from the Planet Hawk.
Fair enough. Sarah, you are on the clock.
Okay. I'm going. So I have a duo for this, for what I'm thinking here.
Are you going to Kara's school of cheating on trivia question answers and stuff like that?
Okay, I'll do one. I'm gonna do basketball, and I'm gonna do General Hux as an assistant coach. He just really feels
How is this a duo?
like it. Well, I was gonna, if I say the other one, I take it off the board, right? So, Orson Krennic has like a Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, angry vibe going on. So him and General Hux, head coach and assistant coach.
I think he's more like a Bobby Petrino, but that's cool.
It's like a what?
Bobby Petrino?
Yeah.
Football guy?
He's more of a motorcycle guy now.
I was gonna say neck brace. Arkansas sweatshirt.
Jim, you are on the clock with your third pick.
Am I doing baseball? Yeah, I'm going baseball. This is very Ozzie Smith inspired. You're welcome, Anthony.
Thank you.
Leadoff and shortstop, Yoda, doing bat flicks all over the place.
Backflips.
Nice.
Okay, I like it. All right, I am gonna go with. I have 2 picks, so I'll go with baseball first. I am going to take Enfys Nest. She is a space pirate. She will be playing on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game over. Done.
Nice.
I mean, she's going to win like 45 games a year.
Perfect. And then for hockey, oh boy, I'm debating between two. I'm going to go with one of the other Huts. I'm going with Zero the Hutt, since Jabba the Hutt's off the board.
Okay.
Nice.
Jim, you're on the clock.
I am on the clock. I'm going hockey. This character can probably cross-check with the best of them and can also do a couple backflips as well. So that might be helpful on the ice. Darth Maul.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Am I up?
Yeah, Sarah, you are on the clock.
I am going to do hockey also, and I'm going to put Paz Vizsla in front of the goal.
Oh,
Nice. I like that.
Nice.
He looks like a hockey goalie.
He does.
Mhm.
I definitely butchered the spelling of that name. So
Spelled pause, P-O-S.
pause as in like stop. Is
Like
that
pass, like
It's
peace.
P-A-Z. It's P-A-Z. Oh, but I like P-O-S better because that dude's coming after my dude Din Djarin, and he can't do that anymore.
All right. So, Robert, you're on the clock.
I'll go wild card. I'll pick Han Solo, World Series of Poker.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
One of my backups I had was Lando Calrissian as the World Series of Poker, but I like Han Solo better.
That's awesome. Yeah, you already spent your wild card on Admiral
I
Akbar
did.
just yelling it's a trap everywhere.
That's a great pick, Rob. Anthony, you're on the clock.
All right. NBA for my center, I've got K2SO.
Nice.
Yeah.
Basically
Nice.
just
Yeah.
an overgrown metal teenager.
Yep.
Not Salacious B. Crumb.
Flagrant 2 walking.
I'm surprised.
Flagrant 2.
walking.
That's what the 2 in K2SO stands for. All right.
Brian, you're on the clock.
I am going at defensive end in football. I'm going with the Wampa.
nice.
Ooh.
A wimpa wampa wimpa wampa. No.
All right.
These are your last two picks, Mark.
Last two. All right. So let's do basketball first. I want someone who's going to be playing above the rim, and that's going to require a jetpack. So this is the way. We are going with Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and with that jetpack, nobody getting higher than him. He's taking my jumps, slam dunks all day long, and rejecting on defense. So Din Djarin for basketball. I'm going to go with NASCAR. And if it wasn't for an illegal move and the total destruction of his pod, we know that it was an illegal maneuver for Anakin to take the cup at Boonta Eve.
No. He ripped his engine apart before the game even started and then threw a wrench into a dude's engine.
We all know it was an illegal maneuver that secured that win for Anakin. And you know that even though he lost that race, Sebulba always wins. Sebulba is my NASCAR racer.
That was legit.
I didn't know you had a Watto impression. This is the second time I've heard that today.
I'm a Tridarian. My tricks don't work on me.
Oh my gosh.
Got it. We have a decent Watto.
Sebulba, Ryan.
Yeah, we've
Not
got
Watto,
I've got a-
Sebulba.
yeah. And I have a
Sebulba.
decent King Candy. They're very similar at the back of the throat.
Sebulba looks like if a camel and a condom had a baby.
Do you think George Lucas walked in and was like, all right, here's what I want, people. I want a camel meets a condom. Make it happen.
I love how George Lucas is now being played by Christopher Walken.
We're going to be wearing golden diapers, babies. What does that even mean? Never question George Lucas.
Okay, I think we've all seen the GIF. I'm going baseball. It's my only one left. We've all seen the GIF. I get to have Darth Vader at the end hitting home runs with his red lightsaber.
Let's go. I love the announcement. The
He's my Shohei Ohtani. He's my starting pitcher and my cleanup hitter.
it's nice.
That's solid.
All right.
I love my team, guys. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Anthony,
Last
go ahead.
pick. Wild card.
I'm so
I'm
nervous.
I'm so nervous about this one.
I'm he can play whatever sport he wants. It's solely for the name. And this is going to be Biggs Darklighter.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a better sports name than Biggs Darklighter? Come on.
No, it's a good one.
It's good.
He can play whatever sport he wants.
Okay. Robert,
It's the
close us
worst
out with your team.
ever.
All right, baseball is my last one, so I'm going to stay with the PED theme and just pick a random Jedi.
Jose Altuve.
Kit Fisto. Jose Altuve.
Kit Fisto, that's a good one, Brian. I'll pick that. Here you go.
Ace Windu's still on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, you're up.
So I'm surprised no one has said Ahsoka yet, but I am gonna go wild card. I think Zori Bliss would be a great Quidditch captain.
I love that. That's amazing.
Good one. Good one.
Going from one franchise to another. We love to see it. I hope I spelled that name right. Probably not.
No, you did.
Wow.
No, I think it has 2 R's, but you were closer than you were with Chris Santon.
Oh, I thought I had 2 eyes.
Oh, that is 2
Sarah's
eyes.
right. I think Sarah's right. It's 2 eyes.
Jim, give us your last pick, your football pick.
I need a quarterback. So I think his leadership and willing to just get in there, raise complete hell. I'll go Poe Dameron.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Not Mark Spector or Stephen Grant. Poe Dameron.
Or the other person we may not be able to mention right now.
Who?
No,
Exactly.
not yet. That's a good pick. So my last one I have on the board is football. I think this character is really, really dynamic, aerodynamic, some might say. I'm taking a Porg as the football.
As the ball itself.
Yep.
How many players do you even actually have?
2. I have Empress Nest and Zero the Hut. The other ones are coaches or objects that you use.
Or objects.
Zero the Hutt's dead.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I know, like all my people are dead.
Yeah, his dead body laying across the crease is enough to get
It's. Do you all ever see that Geico commercial where it's like the walrus playing goal for the hockey team, and they're just like, no sleeping on the job. That's literally what
opposing teams like. Come on.
Somehow, Cale McCarr will still find a way to score, though.
Shush. All right, so thank you for joining us during our fantasy draft. This was a lot of fun. Please keep following the show. How do we want to do this giveaway, Sarah? It's your giveaway. You tell us how you want to do it.
I guess just maybe pick. I'll say a number, and that will be the however many comments down. That'll be that person that commented.
All right. So should we give everyone a couple minutes to spam the comments really quick, or just go with what we have now?
Yeah, spam it.
All right. If you are here, spam the comments. We're gonna pick a number and we'll go through and figure it out. But again, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who joined us tonight, both watching and our expansive panel here. It was really awesome. A lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. We're so grateful of anyone who joined us. Why is the Nerd Life Network commenting on
Mind your business? Mind your business. Okay, Sarah, pick a number.
I'm gonna go 8 No, I'm going to go 27.
18. Told me 18.
Oh, 18. Okay, good. 18.
I was ready for 18.
Okay, 18. Who is it?
What is happening? How did you do that? 18.
8.
Jalen is our winner.
It's Jalen. Yay!
Yay!
Congrats, Jalen.
That's
Hey, let's
such an
go.
appropriate comment for it too.
So, Jalen, we will be contacting you to get you your prize, although it will not be that difficult. So, again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Let's start in the top left with Mark. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, if you love Disney parks, hang out with us at DizLifePodcast.com. We drop episodes every single week. This guy that's sitting next to me joined me. Brian Lee joined us for discussion on the new ride skipping system called Genie Plus. He and I test drove it in separate occasions, and we compared notes. It was a good time.
I
Awesome.
just said Genie Bus. Sorry.
Genie
Bus.
Bus.
The show's really good, by the way. Winning Time.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
It's good.
Where is that streaming again? I haven't.
HBO.
watched it. It's on HBO. Okay.
Mhm.
Brian, what do you want to plug?
Nerd Life Network. I was on Diz Life Podcast talking Genie Plus. I'm going to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind on Monday. Mark is riding it on Sunday. We are talking Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness spoilers on Sunday night for Strange Sunday at 7:30 Eastern. We will be talking Moon Knight finale at 8:30 Eastern on Monday night. And a lot going on the Nerd Life Network. Please subscribe and listen.
Okay. Anthony, what do you got to plug? Anything?
Nope. I'll be with Brian Sunday night for a little bit and Monday night. Other than that, whatever you were going to say.
Okay. Robert, anything you got to plug?
No, I appreciate being here, man. That's it.
All right. Sarah, I'm sure you have something.
We just had our big April extravaganza show on Nerd Life Network. We interviewed Kelly Thompson, who is an incredible comics creator, and we had a lot of fun. So go check that out.
It was a great interview.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And Jim, anything you need to plug?
Not really. You can follow me on Twitter at Jim Scroggs, Instagram JH Scroggs. The Sports is still out there in the ether, so go listen to that on iTunes and SoundCloud. So there you go.
Yeah, and for myself, I'm just gonna say go follow us on social, Instagram. Holy crap! Agents of Field Podcast on Twitter, Podcast AOF. Forgetting my own socials.
Don't we have an impossible trivia question?
Oh yeah, it's not impossible this week.
Credit, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
So, the trivia question for this week. Give me a second to pull it back.
The
up.
Infinity Gauntlet trivia question.
Infinity.
Brought to you by Sheep Tire.
Let's see if I could find it again really quick. I had it up and now I lost it.
I
All
love
right.
doing things live.
Okay. Here it is. It's I'm debating if I want to give it to you as a multiple choice or just see if you could figure it out. It goes along with one of our draft picks. What is a baby porg called?
Food.
It's a porglet.
Is that your final answer as a group? Talk it out amongst yourselves.
Porgling. Porgling.
I mean, I would have to go with what
Porglet.
Brian's.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay. Final answer.
Final answer.
Porglet is correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Well done. I was trying to come up with something not too difficult, but also difficult enough. But clearly I didn't do that. And Brian's going to be gloating for weeks that he got the trivia question right on Star Wars, which is literally his life. So a porky poo.
Kara.
But again, thank you all for joining us. Watch everything on the Nerd Life Network. It's been awesome. Mark, Brian, Anthony, Robert, Sarah, Jim. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week.
as there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos. It will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4